What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Mauled TV with your boy Wits, the Cribliophile, here to check out some literal houses of cards. First up, Dina lowers property values for green players everywhere. After that, we check out Colfenor's suspiciously sticky bedroom. And finally, we've remodeled a preschool into a real-life Roman gladiator arena. I thank you all for your time, and for everybody who subscribes to this video, I will give my editor 1 day off of covering up my hairline with cool flame decals. Mango! We've been doing the decals, right? Okay, so we have new Dina with a little freak bug. Well, we're skipping our first land drop. Can't believe I didn't have it. Hold on, we can't even play a land untapped on turn. Okay, whatever. I missed my first land drop. I play a tap land. I'm fine. Nobody look at me. Anyway, Yargulin Multani. Applaud. Applaud me! Next turn, I mean, it's probably Dina, right? And then I make my commander a 2021 and I gain 18 life. I'm rocking with that. I mean, it's turn 5 and we crumble to one path to exile, but who gives a shit about that? Oh, shit. And I draw a card, huge. Play this, play Jouafite. Jouafite's actually cranked in this because now we can keep bringing back Yargulin Multani and we can keep Dina Essence Brewing. And then I get a 2-mana Galta after I do that. All right, it's turn 6. I have 2 20-power creatures and a 12/12 with trample. All right. Good luck, bracket 2. Oh, Jesus. Enduring Tenacity's f***ing filthy. So we can Toxic Deluge, board wipe people, right? Because everybody who's not us does not have big enough creatures to survive. Toxic Deluge. Oh, just draw 18 cards. We don't even need to draw 18 cards. We just kill people. 20 power, 20 power, 12 power. That's pretty cute. What happens if you don't get turn 1 reanimate? You are a freak. You are a freak. You know what, Alec man? You are a freak, and that's what I love about you. We're gonna turn 1 Bojuka Bog somebody, though. We're gonna turn 2 do nothing. We're gonna turn 3 Dina. We're gonna turn 4 Enduring Tenacity. And we're gonna do a little something called Mambo number 5. Where I spend 3 mana to Wall of Blood, I pay 39 life, I sacrifice it to gain 39 life, put all those counters on my commander, and make somebody lose 39 life. Golgari! I like this. I like the top end I'm seeing. I am worried about the disastrous lack of early play. I'm a little bit confused by 3 mana ramping in this deck. This, like, we're gonna get a little bit into the weeds on this one because the Dream, I'm rocking with the Dream. 39 life Wall of Blood into I slurp it up and projectile vomit it at you as damage. You are cooking. I am never mad at Yargulin Multani. Idiot. Fool. I question the lack of things to do on turn 1. I question the lack of things to do on turn 2. Neither playtest, it felt like we never had something good before Dina came out. It always felt like we were playing Dina and then something good was happening. Gwenna lets me cast a ton of my creatures in the big fella section. So I'm not debating your need for ramp. I'm debating the timeline of that ramp. Because if you're casting Gwenna, in the playtest we've seen, you're casting it turn like 4. Like, we're gonna want to have Dina out. Like, I don't disagree with the idea that you want ramp. I disagree with how we are doing ramp. Like, the curve feels very, very clunky. Because, like, yeah, you get Bebop and Rocksteady, and you have Selvala out. I trust you! It's dope! But this seems like the type of deck where I would be more inclined to do whatever I could to get Dina out on turn 2. And then I would be doing, like, the big 4-mana chain together more ramp. Like, Skyshroud Claim, you're missing Traverse the Outlands, right? A thing that will convert Yargulin Multani to, like, I have enough mana for the rest of the entire game. How pip heavy are we? We have 1 or 2 things that are pip heavy, but we do have plenty of costs. Like, that's where I would be, is so, like, Kami of Whispered Hopes and Gyre Sage. Greed is good. Greed is good. The second commandment is if you can float more than 10 mana, you must. So I like Gyre Sage, I like Kami of Whispered Hopes. The ones I'm not convinced on are Harrow, Nature's Lore. I can see Steve, because it draws a card with our commander out. Even Gwenna, which is crazy. I normally love Gwenna. I'm normally screaming for Gwenna in every fucking deck. But those, I think, could become either 1 mana plays to get Dina on field turn 2, or 4 and 5 mana plays like Gitrog Ravenous Ride, like Traverse the Outlands, like Skyshroud Claim. This is like the fucking most boring accountant synergy ever. You can Skyshroud Claim and then still have 2 mana open to sacrifice with Dina. There's a lot of stuff like that that I want you to be able to do, where even though Gwen is good, Gwen can't do that. Life gain payoff. Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, that's fucked up. I mean, you a goddamn liar, but you only need 2 turns to do this, so sure. I think this one just clean sucks, brother. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is the guy in the entourage who does not deserve to be there. But it's not that bad. It is recursion. God, that's pretty good with our commander and pretty bad otherwise. These 2 are the members of One Direction that nobody remembers anymore. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to another target creature. If excess damage was dealt this way, discover X, where X is that excess. Oh no! Okay. I can't believe I didn't know about that card. That's fucking evil. You beat my grandma to death like a piñata and now you get an 8-drop? No fucking way. That's awesome. Oh, I might be a green player now. Contest of Claws is interesting with the Death Toucher. I think it's very interesting with an 18 power shithead too. Okay, Retribution of Ancients, kind of cracked. Windswift Slice, kind of fucked up. Because the only thing holding it back from greatness is that we just kind of waste 3 turns for no reason. So if you don't want it to be Llanowar Elves, right? Because ramp is evil. If you do not want to walk down the path of playing evil and boring cards, we at least have to find more meaningful things like Lupin Prototype or Mono Sentry to do on the early turns. Because like, I'm happy with Hunted Horror. Fuck yes. This is what I want. You show me a deck full of Hunted Horrors, I am with you, brother. A 7/7. People know what's coming. We curve out. Bang. Got him. I still end up feeling like we want more ramp anyway, because Dina's ability is kind of mana restrictive. Like Dina's ability, we can't play something and sacrifice something on this turn. All we can do is sacrifice something, and then we have a big commander, very easy to blow us out. We can play Jeu of Feet to set up for something else, but like that's all we got. We miss a land drop, so we can like play Terra Symbiosis, or we could have played Terra Symbiosis instead to draw a ton of cards, but everything we want to do takes a ton of mana, and we just don't have the mana. We don't have the mana to pay for it right now. So I think Blood Pet could probably die. You could get rid of like Blood Pet. I would be very, very suspicious of anything that is 3 mana in this deck. Wallen Blood gets a pass, because holy fuck. I would be very suspicious of anything that is 3 mana that we want to sacrifice, because 3 mana that we want to sacrifice means we need 5 mana to do it on the turn we play it. And this does not seem like a deck that is great at getting to that 5 mana quickly. I know I'm missing Delighted Halfling, but I have basically every other 1 mana dork. You don't have Wild Growth, you don't have Utopia Sprawl, you don't have Exploration, you don't have Burgeoning. Like all of these things that don't tap for 1 mana every turn, but put you 1 turn ahead of curve are still worth considering. So there are more that you don't have than ones that you do have. I like what you have. I want it to be so much cooler than it is. I have half a mind to tell you to play Dark Ritual. There's just so many times it feels like you are just barely short on the mana you need. But maybe that's just a bracket thing. Maybe that just means that you are destined to play in mid to high bracket 2 instead of bracket 3, or you just have to little bean a little bit. Because I think if people ignore you for 4 to 5 turns, the deck is like stone cold unstoppable. Here we go. Does this? Yeah, we pay 3 life. We Nature's Lore. Command Tower's now for us. Next turn we go Garen Brig, Dina. So maybe we go this. Yeah, to spare ourselves the life. We go Dina. It's like, the shit we want to do, right? We want to get Hunted Horror on the field. We want to get Kami of Whispered Hopes on the field. And then we want to stack to make that happen. But we can't because we're 2 mana short. And if we had Dark Ritual, that's the 2 mana we need. I mean, maybe is Castle Garenbrig our Dark Ritual here? No, it would add 6 green, which doesn't work for Hunted Horror. I love Shang-Chi for this deck. Shang-Chi would be crazy fucking heat for this deck. This would be Pit Automaton, but good, because then you could hold Dina back and activate her at haste speed. Okay, here's my final assessment. Elikman, this deck has a little bit of ADHD. We have a lot of tangentially related, pretty cool things we want to do that synergize pretty well, but God, our path there is really clunky because we get halfway through doing the dishes and then we go to clean our room and then we go to start a new business and then we go to start a new workout plan. And my medical advice to you is to take meth about it. I think anything you can do to rocket up in mana in the early game is what's going to save you. So whether that's Shang-Chi, whether you play Dark Ritual, whether you play things like Culling the Weak, or maybe not Culling the Weak. I'm thinking of, there's a 4-mana board wipe that floats mana for every like small thing you board wipe, but you need something that is going to give you explosive mana. Culling Ritual, because it seems like we are always 2 to 3 mana away from having the nastiest turn 4 imaginable. And so you can keep it as it is, and your deck will have nasty turn 6s, nasty turn 7s. I'm so sorry I can't stop. But if you want it to play a little better in bracket 3, where we have to go like a turn or two faster, I think you should throw in more ways to cover the Dina mana, to just get a little extra mana for one turn. Because if you get to slam like Hunted Horror, Kami, Stack Hunted Horror, this thing is so big, it covers your mana needs for the rest of the game. And then I've talked about the cards that I don't think have enough upside. So I think it's pretty cool. I'm not really sure where to put you. I think you got to take the ankle weights off a little bit. I think we've built it a little bit too fair. But Alec, man, thank you very much for submitting.
This next section purposely has no audio, so that way YouTube can put an ad right here.
Anti-board wipe Kindred. All right. Every single mid-game just devolves into how many board wipes can we play this game? So you have bad friends, first of all. So I decided to build a deck that's so sticky, it often takes 2 or even 3 board wipes to finally clear the board. I know why you're asking. Why Colfenor? It's simple, because he's got that hard wood. You gotta stop, man. Okay, straight to the playtest. We have 1 land, a Soul Ring, a Draft Chaff, a Draft Rare, Draft Chaff, and an Ashnod's Altar. Fucking perfect. A Mosswort Bridge, a Hideaway 4. What's the 4? Draft Chaff. Okay, maybe something. Maybe something there. Sure. I will hide Revelark. Get the rest of these out of here. Turn 2, I Soul Ring. I pass. Where are your lands, brother? I discard Azuri's Predation because we're never casting it. I play a fucking Scry land. So I know you said the deck was supposed to be board wipe resistant, right? I think it's board wipe resistant because nobody would fucking want to board wipe you because they feel too bad. There's an angle where it's difficult to board wipe me. It's not mechanically difficult to board wipe you. It is spiritually difficult to board wipe you. You have played Soul Ring and are somehow in dead last. Whatever gets the job done? No. If I went to a doctor complaining of constipation and he pulled out a shotgun and blew my asshole smooth off, I would not look at him and go, yeah, man, whatever gets the job done. Come on. What's in this fucking deck? How's sticky? Blight Mound. And we have Crater Hoof! The whole deck is held together by fucking flex tape. And the flex tape is just you slamming Crater Hoof and Cracker Hoof over and over and over. And an aristocrat payoff. My God. This deck goes infinite with a ham sandwich. That is derogatory for what you have laid out. Like, don't worry about the deck of Draft Chaff that does nothing for 5 turns. It'll go infinite really quick. Don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm very difficult to board wipe. None of my things look very good. And at a random point you don't know, I will combo off, sir. All right, Wormcoil Engine, dope. Voice of Resurgence, actually based card. I love this. Okay, this fails on a few fronts for me. I understand wanting to get back at the people who board wipe too much. The problem with this for me is Abzan was already tremendously good at not getting board wiped. Whether you want to make your stuff invincible, whether you want to phase your stuff out, whether you just want to bring your stuff back in the first place, like being sticky to the board has already been Abzan's thing. And we, to achieve that same vibe, are spending most of the game playing useless dog shit. And the only time we're relevant is when a Crater Hoof comes down or a fucking 3-piece infinite comes down, which is rage bait. No matter how well you built it, that is rage bait. That is rage bait meant to trick new players into thinking good cards are pure evil. That's all it is. Which frustrates me deeply. We somehow, and this is why I'm convinced you're a true and perfect rage baiter, we have somehow managed to not at any point put people in a situation. I know that you have more lands in here than we're currently drawing. I know you have ramp. I'm not tweaking about the lands that we're drawing or the ramp we're drawing. I'm tweaking because none of the stuff we play matters until we hit a, oh, hey, the game's over now button. And that is my most despised part of Magic in the entire world is nothing I do matters until it's a win con now. I cannot threaten. My 2/2 with Persist is not threatening you. My Voice of Resurgence is my favorite card in the deck because this one is threatening us a little bit. This is like, they're going to want a board wipe. But if you tell me, oh, the point of my deck is that I'm extremely difficult to board wipe. You better show me some shit that I want to board wipe. How does this deck not get ignored until Craterhoof randomly gets played? That's what it does! You're a haunted house for white people. But Mauled, when I assemble my Rube Goldberg machine of Colfenor, Hangerback Walker, Pawn of Ulamog, Grim Haruspex, and Viscerus here, when you assemble your 5-card infinite, I'm more angry at you. Here's what it is. 5-card infinites in Magic to me are like loyalty testing your romantic partner. I know it's not a one-to-one thing, but I swear to God, the vibes are there. It is the same, like you being like, ha ha ha, you didn't know these like terrible cards came together to win the game Exodia style, is the same thing as like, oh yeah, I had my girlfriend flirt with you to see if you would flirt back. I'm so glad you passed. Like it's this weird, like it feels condescending and disrespectful in a deep, deep way. Like I develop rabies instantly. There are many ways by which you can make an Abzan deck kill people. Like I think Craterhoof and Crackerhoof work. I think what I dislike about it is we go from 0 to 100. Like the deck goes from haha, look how weak it is, to I have won in one step. I think if we wanted to extract more joy out of this, I would probably be going for things that were more like build up over time. You know, the Ouroboros. I would do Ouroboros. I would do Germination Practicum. Because like we want it to feel like you can't get rid of my shit and my shit keeps getting more and more problematic. I don't like the curve of you can't get rid of my shit and it doesn't matter until it kills you. I want there to be a buildup of like, hey, it's a problem. What are you doing about it? And they go, fuck, I guess I'll board wipe you. And you go, ah, well, unfortunately for you, board wiping doesn't actually do anything, fuck ass. You better have another board wipe. Yeah, I hate that I'm agreeing with MLP, but you gotta tease me a little bit, okay? Don't stroke my erogenous zones, but stroke my angry zones. You know, try to tickle me a little bit. I'm gonna get pissed off. I'm gonna put my hands up. That's what I want out of this deck. I have Safehold Elite. I play Felithar. I sacrifice it. It comes back with a -1/-1 counter. Felithar puts a +1/+1 counter on it. Now I can keep doing that over and over and over again. It'll put a counter on my board every turn. And now you're in a situation of like, fuck, how do I get rid of this draft chaff? If I can't get rid of this draft chaff, I can't stop them from crater hoofing me slowly. I need you to go watch Saving Private Ryan, and I need you to watch that scene where he's stabbing him in the chest slow like over the course of like a minute. That's what I want you to be on. Go for things that are inevitable but are not an immediate win. I hate that I'm gonna say this. I'm fucking with Cruel Celebrant. I would not recommend that the whole deck is about aristocrat effects, but I'm fucking with the idea of you going, look at all this garbage. Every time you board wipe it, hey, you're gonna lose 5 life. It's all coming back, by the way. Go read All Quiet on the Western Front. That is the deck you are trying to make. Bro, this is so bad. Bro, this card's so bad. It's so bad, but it could be so good for you. I don't even know if you get away with this one because I think people just block and kill your stuff because it's so small. Yeah, I would be doing things like Micaeus. I would be doing like Honest Micaeus. I would be dropping Shadrick Silverquill. I would be considering Anduril. Fucking Loyal Guardian. You could even do Cosmogrand Zenith because then there could actually be this push and pull of, okay, I'm going to be playing these good +1/+1 counter cards that will overwhelm you. And if you remove them, they're going to come back and I'm going to put +1/+1 counters on them a different way. Like I am the inevitable overwhelming tide. So on cooldown, I'm putting you in the rage bait section. I think you did build, listen, objectively speaking, if I remove my bias and all the hatred in my heart, you built a wonderful deck. Speaking personally from the soul, fuck you and the click you claim and your dusty ass shoes. But I do think there's a very cool deck inside this one and I think it's very possible to find it. Enjoy a 3 a.m. crazy idea. So what I want to know is why are we up at 3 a.m. dreaming of child soldiers? That's like my first question. My second question, why are we dreaming of board wipes after that? Like, bro is in bed counting Soul Warden triggers like sheep. Like, did you watch Lord of the Flies like it was an inspiring sports documentary? I just want to know more about your rich inner life. Like when somebody asks you about your GOAT conversation, do you bring up like Pol Pot instead of Michael Jordan? What's happening? Like, I really want to dig into what's wrong with Nefert because this is fucked, man. This is not what I like. Worked many years as a night auditor, so now I don't know why that helps. Oh, good. Oh, hey, 3 a.m. We didn't forget Soul Ring. So we go land Soul Ring, Hose, Sufficiently Scared. Well, I'm not gonna fucking sweep on turn 2. Mentor of the Meek, Scryland. Yeah, sure, why not? Now we can play Turbulent more. I will go Soul Warden, float 2 mana, pay 1 to draw a card. McCready, pay 1 to draw a card. LS Ilkor, float 2 colorless mana, pay 1 to draw a card. Enduring Innocence, we can't pay for the Mentor of the Meek trigger. I'm not gonna say the deck is bad, bro. I'm not gonna say the deck is bad. How is this your quirky 3 a.m. deck idea? Were you sleeping under your desk at the IRS? Like, this is the dreams of an accountant. Quirky midnight deck build, guys. What if I built Orzhov Aristocrats? Hold on, let me sprinkle on top. Removal spells. That's what'll do it. That's what was missing. So we play this, and then hilariously, I think we're out of stuff to do, right? Like dead ass. We've drawn like 4 cards off Mentor of the Meek. We don't have any other. Yeah, turn 5. Okay, turn 5. We board wipe people. That's what we spend this turn doing. Fuck you. I'm board wiping. Fuck you. Next turn. Okay, Bear. Great. So this triggers Enduring Innocence. We pay for Mentor of the Meek. So we're going to get 2 cards off this guy. Now we probably wait because we can't get the Mentor trigger or the Enduring Innocence trigger off of these ones. You are a crazy bitch and I hate you. So now we cannot be attacked. We have non-bowed our own commander because we are now ungiving all of our things Skulk. Pretty hot. Next turn. Now we can Garnet. So Garnet, pay 1, draw 2. Bitter Bloom Bearer, pay 1, draw. And now we like swing everything, and if they can block, we Razor Grass Ambush. Okay, so I think number 1, you need to listen to different music. I think that's the most important deck building advice I can give you, because yeah, as Osik is mentioning, this is somehow like incredibly synergistic, and we have done nothing. We're listening to like Opium Core Vaporwave music, and we need to be listening to like some rock music. Even if it's a Pearl Jam tribute band, that's fine, but we gotta do anything but what we're doing. So how can we commit incredible violence while still having the power 2 or less thing go on? Because what I don't like is what Vault 75 is doing. We're getting rid of the main thing that my commander does, which is I have Skulk and you cannot block me. So what could we do to juice up a deck where the creatures are unblockable? We could Vorpal Sword. We could Stink Hands Joe. We could do Infect. I think Infect is not actually that good because we still have to hit them like 10 times. He's in the deck. Okay, Stink Hands Joe is in the deck. You know what? Okay, I'm actually all right with this. I'm all right with this. I'm fine. I'm not gonna crash out. You are a bitch, a fuck, and a loser, and I hate you. I think death triggers are a spiritual defeat in this deck. I think if you are running McCready Orzhov aggro, I think death triggers are a spiritual defeat. I think we should find better ways to make the damage triggers matter. We can still do this. And yeah, like our whole gimmick is not getting blocked in the first place. And so I think we should be moving away from, I guess it depends. Do you want to do something different in Orzhov, or do you just want to do Orzhov good stuff, but now a child soldier is my mascot? Because right now you're kind of like half in on Tiny Meat Gang, half in on Aristocrats deck, and I think I like different. So let's do Tiny Meat Gang. So if we're doing Tiny Meat Gang, I would actually duck most of these card draw or most of these life gain triggers. Wisp Drinker Vampire might be the only one I would keep because giving them Death Touch and Lifelink is great in the late game when people are trying to swing in on you. Soul Warden, Suture Priest, Soul's Attendant, LS Ilkor, Cruel Celebrant, Bastion, Authority of the Consoles. Because the other thing about life gain, the payoff for life gain is almost always I put +1/+1 counters on stuff, which means we're gonna lose the Skulk thing really, really quickly if we do anything good. Because the best thing to do with like life gain is to do Archangel of Thune stuff. I don't want to put you in a position where you have to play the support and you don't get to play any of the dope shit that goes along with the support. So let's just play dope shit. We could Grim Hireling. We could, depending on your recursion situation, he's gonna sound like weird because he doesn't have Skulk, but he does have flying. And if you play a shitload of tiny creatures and we get recursion that can bring back a bunch of tiny creatures, you can make everybody sack a creature over and over and just be like, welcome to the horrors of war. I've given these 8-year-old sporks. You're gonna die now. Ah! The first fair Tymna in the history of Magic the Gathering, bro. Tymna would be hot. That's going to be a shitload of card draw triggers for you. It's not quick, but boy is it cute, right? This is going to be 2 zombies per turn in perpetuity because they can never effectively block you. That's a little funny. The zombies all get skulked too. I'm liking that. Yeah, that's not a great card. That is a bad card that is really fun in the deck. We can prepare Exsanguinate every turn. Yo! This is just how we convert into damage. And this is how we make the little 2-drop shitters matter without doing tokens or without doing like token doubling, without doing 1/1 counters. We don't have to Moonshaker Cavalry. It's just like, hey, every turn I'm Exsanguinating for 6, bitch. Every turn I'm gonna gain 18 life. You're gonna lose 6. You're gonna swing at me? That's cool. You lose 2 more life. Oh shit, ninjutsu. Oh my god, you get to be a ninja's deck, brother. And what do child soldiers want to be? Ninjas. Well, alive, but ninjas after alive. You could do Ink Eyes as like a funny card. Oh, actually Throat Slitter. Yeah, Throat Slitter's crazy. Yeah, you ninjutsu it in for cheap. It gets Skulk afterwards, and it's a repeatable removal engine. Holy Splinter's technique, brother. You get Demonic Tutor. You get Demonic Tutor, but bad. Leonardo's technique, you could definitely play, right? Most of our things are 3 or less mana currently. Okay, genuinely, I love Horde Robber. I always try to find an excuse to play him, and I never can. This might be the fucking deck, bro. This might be the fucking deck. The unblockable 1/3 who ramps me. Please hear me out. I'm begging you to hear me out. No, it's not good. It could be! It could be acceptable! Like, I think we like it more than Arcane Signet. And like, we want this to be a bracket 2 deck. We want this to be a deck that takes bad cards and makes them okay. So yeah, I don't think you play every card we've laid out here, but I think this is how you do it. I think you do more Saboteur effects, you do more recursion, you have more things that just say, hey, you lose half your life because you have lost life this turn. You could even be on like stupid, greedy bullshit like Wound Reflection. And then you just try to grind people out by beating them to death. And you can still have things like Throne of the God Pharaoh, but we're no longer doing things like Cruel Celebrant, like Corpse Knight. We don't care as much about entering or leaving the battlefield. We care about, I'm hitting you, I'm hitting you, I'm hitting you as hard as I physically can. And then I think we end up with a very, very fun deck. Probably going to be bracket 2, but will be a very, very fun bracket 2. And if you go really up on interaction, you might be able to hang with bracket 3. So Nefert, thank you very much for sending the deck in. I enjoyed it very much. I hope you did as well.